Well, we're joined today by Luca Hoole. Luca, welcome to the interview room, the press room as such, but you've just signed a scholarship form for the next 2 years. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, very pleased.
How long ago was that decided, do you know?
December.
Yeah?
It was in December the 11th, I think.
So you've known for quite a while?
Yeah, known for a little while.
So you've been at Rovers how long?
4 or 5 years. So under 12s I came on trial and then they offered me a contract.
And you've been here ever since and worked under a number of different coaches, I guess?
Yeah, a few coaches.
So how old are you now?
I am 15 now.
And you've been playing up with the under-18s?
Yeah, I've been playing with the 18s recently.
Tell us a little bit about that experience and the manager in particular.
Yeah, it's a lot more. So the intensity is a lot higher when you go with the 18s. From stepping up from the 16s to the 18s, everyone's a lot more vocal, and the coaches a lot more. They just help a lot more. They let us know how to improve. If we do something wrong, they tell us what to do and just help us.
You're a defender?
Yeah, I'm a right back.
Yeah. Always played in that position?
No, I came on trial as a striker actually. Yeah, but I started not scoring a lot of goals, and then ended up a right back, and then started to like it. So.
And you've obviously impressed the people who matter.
Yeah.
The hard work begins here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hard work starts.
Has that been drummed into you?
Yeah. So it's not even pre-season. It started after December. As soon as we got offered, it wasn't relax until pre-season. It's no, you keep going now until pre-season, keep improving, and then see how it goes after there.
And you've been playing quite a few games in the Merit League, haven't you, for the under-18s?
Yeah. Played. I think played 3 or 4. I have.
How different is that? Is that a step up again to the Southwest? Because different teams you're playing.
Yeah, it's another step up again because again the quality of football is a lot higher in the Merit League, and it's a lot more intense again from there. And it's just a good way to just see what it's like and what it's going to be in the under-18s.
If I was to ask you, and you're going to make your first team debut tomorrow, what would the fans be able to expect from you?
Well, I don't know, just hard working and just give it my all.
Good in the tackle, good in the air? Or?
Yeah, aerially I'd say I'm quite good and love a tackle.
And what about areas that you know you need to improve on?
I think I could be a lot more vocal on the pitch, but I'm trying to improve on that and just trying to improve everything really.
You're one of the quiet ones, eh?
Yeah, one of the quieter ones, I guess.
You travel over from Wales every day at the moment?
Yeah, from Wales.
And you're still going to do that as a scholar?
Yeah, now obviously our parents drive me and one of the other boys share lifts, but when we go to under-18s we'll probably start training over, so catch a train and then train back.
So it's quite a commitment, isn't it? Because on match day, some of your journeys are quite long, so you must get home very late at night.
Yeah, so we get home sometimes 9, 10 at night and start at like 5:30, so it's it's a long day.
So what are you hoping to? Obviously, your ambition is to play for Bristol Rovers or first team football, certainly. I mean, how do you see the next 2 years panning out?
I think as long as I work hard, then there's always a chance. So hopefully, just see where it goes.
And you're used to the management team?
Yeah.
Tom and Mance?
Yeah.
And they looked after you?
Yeah. They've been good.
I wish you every success.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We're joined now by Luke Noble, another of our scholars for next year. You offered your scholarship at the same time as Luke?
Yeah, about December time, I offered a 2-year.
Was that always an ambition to play football?
Yeah, since I was growing up, just always on. Like when you see on the TV pros playing football, you just want to be like that, their lifestyle they live, and just playing football for a living.
And you've come up through since you and Luca came at the same time, is that right?
Yeah, Luke. I was on trial before Luca, but then Luca came, and then now we share lifts with each other, and we both signed under 12. So we just out with the group. I'd say me and Luca are the closest because the travelling we do and stuff like that together, we're always together.
So you know each other inside out?
Yeah, we live right by each other, yeah.
And it's good you've both been offered scholarships because that will continue with the journeys in.
Yeah, we'll probably catch the same trains together. If my parents need to give him a lift or his needs to give mine, and just sort it out with each other. So.
Now you're a central defender, is that right?
Yeah, centre back, yeah.
Yeah, so always played in that position?
I can play centre back, or if I need to, hold the midfielder, centre mid. So just vary between them two, but mainly centre back.
Yeah, so, and again, you've seen different coaches through the academy. What do you make of the current management team of the under-18?
They're really good, yeah. I'd say the 18s, you can tell they're the 18s managers. It's a big step up, like more professional. There's more on the line. There's more like 3 points on the line, so it makes you play better, and they let you know that as well. But also when you do something well, they do tell you. So it's that side where they can make you improve, but it's that side where they give you that bit of benefit and they do help you a lot.
And again, I asked Luca this question, but you've stepped up from Southwest Alliance to the Merit League. You're playing different teams. Have you noticed a difference there?
It's a massive difference actually. We find with these teams like the South Ends we play, they're more physical, a lot more physical. So for our 16s who play up here, it's a big test, but like we said, we'd rather play for the 18s to improve and then or play 16s every week and we're just playing the same games, winning every game.
It is quite a step up, isn't it? I mean, in terms of your physical, I mean, you're 2 years younger than a lot of players you're
yeah,
playing.
it's like some of us 16s who play up, we're playing against second years who've just been offered pros, so it's like 16s playing against pros, so it does make us better players. So.
I'm going to ask you about your Welsh international honours. You've captained Wales, haven't you, this year?
Yeah, I captained Wales against Belgium, Switzerland, Gibraltar. I've captained them in the Victory Shields against Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland and Scotland. And a couple of weeks ago I just went to Greece to captain them against Greece and Russia.
So what's that experience like?
Oh, it's different class. I never thought I'd even play for Rovers, but to get that call up for Wales, like week in, week out, going to the training camps and especially starting and representing your country, walking out singing the national anthem is good. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So who's the manager of the under-16 team?
Oshram Roberts, the assistant for the first team.
So and you're mixing with players from different clubs, I guess?
Yeah, vary from Cat 1 to Cat 2 to Cat 3, so you have like the Liverpools, the Man Cities, but then you also have the others, so we have like a Newport County player, Cheltenham, different teams.
So what next? You move up to the next age group now?
Yeah, under 17s, that was Greece, that was just preparing for our qualifiers in Portugal. So just had a little tournament then, and then I got a training camp next week actually, on Monday and Tuesday, just to meet up with the boys, just to refresh things, ready for the tournament out in Portugal. So.
And then after that, 2 years as a scholar,
yeah.
Some hard work ahead of you.
Yeah, just hopefully I can work hard in pre-season so I can kick off the season and then just keep going from there really, and then hopefully just first year, second year try and get through to the 23s and then just see what happens from there then.
You can see there's a pathway through, can't you now?
Yeah, especially
to development.
Especially when Michael Kelly came on for the first team on the weekends. It shows Luke Rush came on, Cam Agri's always on the bench. It just shows that there's a pathway there, and for us younger players playing for the 18s, it can happen just with that hard work and the right attitude. So
has it always been an ambition to play football for Rovers or anyone?
Anyone particularly, but especially playing for Ulster the last couple of years and knowing like what their fans are like, the fan base, it seems a good club to play first team football at.
If I was to ask you your strengths and weaknesses, what would you tell me?
I'd say my leadership on the pitch, trying to like pull players through. I like a tackle as well, being a centre back.
And there's obviously a lot for you to learn in the next 2 years, so you're prepared to put the hours in, I guess.
Yeah, before and after training, just trying to be the best I can be every day to give myself the best chance to get that pro contract.
Wish you every success, Nick.
Cheers, thank you.
Mats, we've just spoken to two of your scholars for next year, Luca Hoole and Luke Noble. What can you tell us about them and their attitude to the game?
Well, that's really why they've got an apprenticeship, so to speak, and been involved with the 18s, because their attitude is, whenever they've come up with us, has been spot on, which has been brilliant to work with for us. So they both have very good attributes with a lot to work on, which is fantastic for me and Tom, obviously going into next year. Luke's a centre half, who's obviously is captain Wales. He's a kind of a new age centre half really. He's not head it and kick it one. He likes to play with the football, which is good. So we might have to get that out of him a little bit to cope with the modern demands of League One football. Luca is an athletic right back who likes to get up and down as well. So for both of them, it's a fantastic opportunity for them.
Have you been really selective in who you've chosen for scholarships this year in terms of you think they've got a chance, rather than it's quality not quantity?
That's the way it's got to be. That's the way the manager wants it. It'd be quite easy for us to go and get 20 lads who haven't really got a chance of making it. We've got a good group that are coming up from the 16s to go along with the first years that we've already got now. So we're hoping, myself and Tom, that we'll have a strong group next year, and hopefully progress and push another few pros on, like we did with Alfie and James. Unfortunately for the other second years, the decisions were made not in their favour. So, but that's the way football works. Now our job is to try and get these boys when they come into us at 16 and try and get them ready to go to Chris at the end of 18.
I know you and Tom seem quite excited about the group you're going to have with you next year, with the new second years and the ones you're bringing up from the 16. Do you seem to have a good group of players?
Yeah, I think we're excited as well, because obviously it's our first year of working together. We've got the same ideas of what we want to do and what we want from the lads, and what can hopefully then go and give them careers in football. We've changed a lot of things around this year, which has been tough for the boys at the start. Obviously, the second years we're used to the more academy type of environment where it was play, and you have the ball and we have the ball sort of thing. We've kind of gone down a more direct way in playing like the manager does, because we're big believers of, if you're coming from the 18s and you go up to the 23s and go into the first team, you want that pathway to be clear. You want them to play completely the same way, the same formations, the same way that you prepare for games. So everything they do when they go up to the next level is going to be exactly the same. And that's for us has been the biggest changing point. Is trying to change these boys' mindsets now, where now you're in the under 18s, it's competitive. You're still developing, we know that, but you've also got to have more of an emphasis on winning. And this is we're now starting to filter this through down to the 15s and 16s that's been involved as well. So, I mean, if you look for the next 3 or 4 years, we've got some really good young players coming through. And I think if we can start to change their mindsets now, then by the time they get up to 18 and when they're having their second year decisions, we'll be taking a lot more than what we'll be letting go.
Seems to be a good time to be a young player at Bristol Rovers because of what's been created over the last 12 months, with you pushing people onto the development squad, which only started last year, and then some of them going on to the first team. It's quite exciting times, I think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's been tough to start off with in terms of the 23s have got a large amount of numbers. So for us, our 18 boys haven't really had as many opportunities. Now, obviously, decisions have been made on a few of the 23s. Especially our first years at the moment, and Josh Bailey and Lucas have featured regularly. James Bruce has obviously featured throughout the season, which is one of the reasons why he's got his pro, as is Alfie Clark. But obviously, myself and Tom's remit is to try and get these boys ready. Now, if we can get these boys ready at 18 to be part of a first team environment, then that makes Chris's job a hell of a lot easier when they go up to the development squad. And you never know, they might even bypass the development and go straight into the first team squad. So we're trying to put a lot more professionalism into them, what they do on and off the pitch. They've got their gym programs now. Their nutrition is vital. It's all little bits and pieces that hopefully will form a large, great part of them having a good career.
And you must be able to help you can point to the success of Luke Russ, I guess the obvious example of getting through to the first team, but some of the other development players, Lewis Lee Gilchrist with the development squad, and others who've come through the ranks, must be, you can point to them and say, look,
there's your carrot to the lads. Obviously, Luke was playing under 18s football last year. Now he's finding himself on the bench for the first team. Obviously, he made his debut at MK Dons, which is brilliant for him and brilliant for the academy, because it's showing that we're actually bringing players through. And now we can say to our younger lads that are obviously further on and miles away from what they think it is, look, there is a pathway for you at this football club, and I think it's important for them to get to know that. It could be at different clubs where they go and buy hundreds of players, you know what I mean? And for these boys that are 18 and they're wanting to be in the first team environment, it's going to be, they see another left back come in or another centre midfielder come in, and you slowly start to see their chances diminish, which will be for them and for their confidence. That will set them back. But the added development of the 23s is a great idea. Obviously, it will enhance our boys more. The 18s, that was hopefully our second years that will go up to that environment next year. We'll learn a lot more of the pros that are there, and they'll learn a lot more of Chris as well. So in terms of that, beneficially, it'd be brilliant for him. As I said, it's a new thing at the moment with the 23s, so we're still ironing out a few bits and pieces, but it's proven its worth at the moment.